President Tinubu wants a new private jet. He wants one, and I know he will buy it. He will buy it. Akpabio will buy it for him. So he can fly around the world. On a very good day, if things were good, yes, Nigerian president should have a plane built by the Nigerian scientists. That's one Tinubu should fly. We'll build our planes for our president. The Chinese president does not fly Boeing. He flies a Chinese-built aeroplane. Yes, we'll build aeroplane. So if we don't build it well and it crashes, we'll learn a lesson with the president. So we learn a lesson with them. We can't be waiting on Boeing now. You know how much we are going to spend to get President Tinubu a new jet? A new jet that we used to fly around the world and yet come back with poverty. If, Mr. President, if we bought you a new jet and you fly around the world, if you come back with progress, we will take consolation in that. Buhari flew around the world. What did he leave behind? Poverty. Buhari promised to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty. He dragged 100 million into poverty instead. Ha! Buhari. Huh. All right. The lines are open, Bosun. Good morning.
It's Edmund. My name is Adeleke Ayodele, and I'm calling from a Greek area.
The ball is in your court.
I want to let me commend you for the exploration and the international politics that you are comparing with Nigerian case. I really want to talk about the root cause of what we are facing in Nigeria. In my own view, I believe we should start blaming the political parties we have in Nigeria. Why are they presenting leaders who are not learning, leaders who are not well prepared to chart Nigeria into prosperity? When we are talking about economic development, societal development, and the improvement of welfare of the citizens, we are going to need leaders who are learning, who are exploring, who are well prepared. Let's take a look at your home case. You have been to places, you are learning from those places, not just going there for comfort. Now we have political parties, the big players, the major players in Nigeria, who have the only reason they have is to look at who can win election, not somebody, not a leader who can transform the Nigerian cause. Considering where we are now, the political parties should present who can change the country, not who can win elections for them. Because they are concerned on who can fund elections, who can spend lavishly to win election for the party. Can we now say in the whole Nigeria, we don't have one person who is going to be qualified to win the primaries and present qualified persons to the Nigerian people that we are going to vote for during election? I will say the last election, Nigerians did not have options. We chose from the options available, and we can see the option we have chosen now. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for calling the radio station. All right, let me hear from you. The lines are open. You can also leave your messages on X. If you're on X, let's repost. Let's say.
Good morning, Edmund.
Hey, Barrister Ijiruka.
Welcome back on your trip.
Thank you.
What is happening in Kenya is impressive. Very, very impressive. But the question is, can it happen in Nigeria? I'm not so sure it can. Even though I will not rule it out completely. Why? There is an African proverb indigenous to the people of the Yorubas, southwestern Nigeria. They say whatever kills your peer or contemporary is sending a warning bell to you. I repeat, Whatever kills your peer or contemporary is sounding a warning bell to you. The real meaning is that whatever tragedy happens to anyone or person in your exact circumstances or situation is a proverbial warning to you that the same tragedy may become your lot. That's the meaning of that Yoruba proverb. Kenya may not happen in Nigeria because the people of Nigeria are not only different in beliefs, in attitudes, in propensities and proclivities, they are under the heavy weight and yoke of tribalism and religion. The use of a country lead revolutions. The youth in northern Nigeria never participated in the NSAS protest. There seems to be any reason for it. And therefore, to get the harmony of the youth in southern Nigeria and northern Nigeria to project and propel and achieve what happened in Kenya, look a little bit far-fetched. That's about that. Coming to Britain, you see, as a youth when I was growing up, very small, but I used to love the British very well. When we have British teachers, Wales teachers that are from Britain and Wales and Scotland. But when I became an adult, no. I used to prefer the British to the Americans. When I became an adult and studied all these things, knew what happened in world politics, Nigerian politics, and African politics, and I no longer admire the British at all. I no longer, in fact, what I have for the British now is resentment. Because the way they drew the map of Africa is why over 34 wars have been fought in Africa since they left. They drew that map in a selfish, crudely selfish way. And like I will say, I can defend it anywhere, anytime. 7 tragedies, 7 evils have happened to Nigeria since the beginning of this country. The first one is the amalgamation. Edmund Obilo said it continually lead to bloodshed and eventually faced it. Edmund Obilo said it back in 1944. Is that not where we're heading to? Is Nigeria not a face it? Is it not bloodshed everywhere? Do you know how many military coups have taken place? Failed and successful. Bloody one. So, the amalgamation was evil. It was a tragedy for us on Nigeria. The North will be better off without the amalgamation. The South will be better off without the amalgamation. So, people should not exonerate the British at all. They created all this problem. All be it African leaders, both military, especially military, be it on it. Now, what is the way forward? We still say Africa needs intelligent leaders. Why? Because globally accepted fundamentals have their own drawbacks. For example, we talk highly of capitalism in the present world, what led to the success of the Western world. But the capitalism has its own drawback. Why? Because immediately it comes to the capitalist that is more profitable to produce yam and produce more guns and bullets than yam. He will divert his capital and his resources to the production of guns and bullets. Somebody once said that we should legalize marijuana production that with a lot of work. I said Nigeria will be in trouble. Because all those producing water leaf today, producing bitter leaf product, they will move their capital away from water leaf and ugu, they will move it to the production of marijuana.
All right.
But there are certain fundamental at the end of another one is democracy. Clearly, democracy has the obvious disadvantage of counting votes instead of weighing them.
Thank you.
Below now, with all your knowledge, me now with all my knowledge, we have just one vote as the beggar under the bridge of Mokala, who is an adult. Just one vote. That's a fundamental drawback of democracy. And that's why people keep saying that democracy should not work in Africa. But I disagree. What Africa needs to do is to modify universal adult suffrage. That's
Thank
what
you.
Africa does. For example, the policy paper I put together, which I hope one day will become the Yoruba Constitution. When it comes to electing regional premier on the restructured Nigeria, no, it will not be universal adult suffrage. At least you must have tertiary education before you can vote to elect. When it comes to voting for council and local government chairman, and yes, everybody can vote. It doesn't matter. But when you are going to appoint the premier, you have to have tertiary education for you to be able to vote.
Thank you.
So these are the things we need to do. And intelligent,
Okay, Barrister Ijeruka.
Leader is what Africa needs.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Barrister Ijeruka, are you there?
Yes.
Are you ready to grant me an interview?
Pardon?
Are you ready to grant me an interview?
Well, I won't run away from an interview. The time and place, we have to discuss it and agree it first.
I will call you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, let me recommend 2 books to you on history. I have mentioned one, The Fortunes of Africa, a 5,000-year history of wealth, greed, and endeavor by Martin Meredith. Look at the book, The Fortunes of Africa. Books are not cheap. Take note. These books are not cheap. They're not cheap books. And if I had my way, I will have a public library where you can come and read these books. They're not cheap. Because by the time you bring them into the country and you convert the dollar, you buy them in dollar, they are foreign books. And by the time you convert them to naira, it becomes big money. Big money. But you can buy a book and give them out as gift. If you're a rich guy, give people books to read. Yes, you also give them food, I know. But books are the food of the mind. You know, in Africa, we pay so much emphasis on food of the stomach that even in our schools, we are eating and eating. If you combine food with food of the mind, you get development. When you are eating just belly, that is why Jesus Christ said, man shall not live by bread alone. The Bible is a book of philosophy. When I read it, I'm not thinking of worship. I'm thinking of thinking. Man shall not live by bread alone. Okay, so what else am I going to live on? Look at those words. We always, those books are philosophical. I've been worshiping, vigil, burning devil. What devil? Then in the night you disturb you everywhere. Which devil? Where's the devil? Stop. The devil is in us. Which devil? You know, poverty has so stuck your mind that you feel you don't have job, you go and be disturbing Jesus to come and create job for you? Who does that? And yet when you see those who have denied you job, you are hailing them, leader. And then at night you go and be disturbing one God somewhere that have given you brain and mind to know what is good. Read The Fortunes of Africa, you know what is going on. Open your mind to knowledge. Then Martin Meredith wrote another book. You see, The Fortunes of Africa takes you into the past. Then the author comes out with a new one that takes you into the present. The State of Africa, a history of the continent since independence. You see it? The first one is The Fortunes of Africa. Then The State of Africa at the moment, by the same author, Martin Meredith. Now let's go into another history class, Bosun. We are going to discuss the book, Decolonizing Nigeria, written by Bola Dauda and Professor Tony Falola. It is part 2 of the interview. Welcome to this world of history, politics, and power. Bola